Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 1. 2K Sports presents the playoffs of the NBA. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, with Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
And with that rotation not at full strength, someone else is going to have to step up and fill that role.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. We've got Santi Aldama. Also Jalen Wells out there. Morant is out there with Zach Edey. And it's Spencer in at the two-guard spot. And for the Kings, outside in the perimeter, Levine and DeRozan.
Here we go.
Murray and Sabonis make up the inside pair. And it's Westbrook in at the point. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Nice little flush there from Sabonis to cap off the possession.
Wells with it. DeRozan's there. Wells' shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now Edey. The three. And Zach Levine pulls it down. And he drops it in from the low post.
High percentage territory for Levine.
And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. Here's Spencer. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Look, that's an opportunity you don't pass up.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Shoots from 12. No good off the back of the rim. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Edey finds Aldama. Here's Spencer, guarded by Levine, 6 to shoot. Here's Aldama. A three-pointer off the mark. Levine looking around. Murray for 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
And you like Murray as a spot-up shooter. Knows where to park himself and always ready to receive the pass.
Here's Spencer. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Here's DeRozan. It's sent back by Edey. Kings moving the ball around. Sabonis sets the pick for Levine. Good work there as it goes. Levine's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, the mid-range shot is not a lost art for Levine. He's a very skilled guy in that area.
Wells' shot is good.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And Doug Christie wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And some changes here for the Kings. Hunter comes in for Zach Levine, and Monks subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Kings leading now by 3. And the slam dunk by Sabonis.
And loving the aggression from Sabonis. Going right up for the dunk there. Nice.
Here's Aldama. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists in the game. The Kings have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Murray sets a screen for DeRozan. All alone. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Well, this is what makes DeRozan so tough. He can slash and he can shoot the ball.
A nice shot by Spencer. Spencer's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And it's Hunter with the jam.
From right in close, DeAndre Hunter.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. The three from Morant. And the three ball is good.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop that?
And DeRozan kicks to Murray. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Kings ahead. They lead by a bucket. Let's take a quick break now and... And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
The guard pair filled by Monk and Levine. Then there's DeAndre Hunter. It's Clifford at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
From 11 feet away, will not go. This is off the front iron. On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Coward. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And here's Monk. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Trailing by 2. And Doug Christie wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Sabonis with the bucket.
Well, that's where Sabonis makes his living. He's so good at carving out space down low.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. In the center of things, Morant.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Hunter. Westbrook a screen on Jackson. Back to Westbrook from outside the arc. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
He's done that his whole career. Westbrook smooth with the triple.
Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Hunter kicks to Monk. And the Kings another 3.
If you're a teammate of Monk's, you know that he's always going to be ready to let it fly. So you want to get him the ball.
And finished off by Morant.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And Levine with the slam.
Okay, Zach LaVine. Another monster dunk to put on his career highlight reel.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the Kings. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. To the inside, here's Aldama. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Aldama's got it all tied up now for Memphis. For Sacramento, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Hunter on the wing. Westbrook wide open. He fires. No good on the three.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Jackson, and the shot is good. Jackson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Grizzlies.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Outside DeRozan. Back to Sabonis. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Just like his dad in his time, DeMontis is polished and disciplined.
The Grizzlies have gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Now about 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he makes that one. Westbrook's got 5 points so far.
Well, for most of his career, Westbrook depended on his mid-range game. Now he rarely shoots from that area.
Grant. Also Westbrook with the rebound.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And here is Wells. Here's Aldama. It doesn't go for him. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Welcome, everybody, to our Game 1 coverage. It's a tight one indeed for the Memphis Grizzlies.
We need a department store intercom. Attention all ballers, attention all ballers. We have a missing defense. Paging the defense, paging the defense.
That was pretty good, Shaq. You might have a future in retail.
Shaq to register 4, please.
Taking a look at the situation. That'll do it for our show today.
And we're with you again as our round 1 coverage continues. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
So on the floor for Memphis, we've got Morant. Santi Aldama is up there with Edey. Then there's Wells, and it's Spencer in at the 2 spot. And the dunk by Wells.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
Levine kicks to Westbrook. Inside, and the jam by Levine.
Well, that's just a nice slam there from Levine. He makes it look so easy.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Jerome, he's checked in for Memphis. Memphis leading. Pass to Spencer. Here's Edey. DeRozan brings the double team. Edey can't hit. Outside Levine. And he gets it back. For the lead, Edey with the rebound. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Pass to Spencer. Out to the wing. Shoots it. Morant pulleys his way inside.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Outside DeRozan. And he goes big with the dunk right over Ja Morant.
Wow, DeRozan. He's still got some juice in those legs.
Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play brought to you by AT&T. Bounce pass for Jerome. Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Here's Jerome. Lays it up off the glass. Jerome's got the lead up to 6 now for Memphis.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Outside for Murray. Misses the 3. His leads have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Aldama gets the bucket.
Well, Aldama certainly deserved to be rewarded for his hustle. Excellent initiative in the open floor.
Left side, Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And that one's good, Morant. Now that's 17 points for John Morant.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And there's the call on Ty Jerome. That'll be his second foul of the game. Malik Monk, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. .55 seconds left to play in the third. Murray outside. To the paint. Here's Sabonis. And the slam dunk by Sabonis.
We have seen him have monster games before. Sabonis is all over the stat sheet.
Here's Jackson. Good on the shot. Jackson's got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside DeRozan. Back to Monk. Outside for Murray. Offline with his 3. And the Grizzlies leading by 8.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Here's DeRozan. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And so it's Memphis, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. And let's go courtside. There's some news on Jalen Well. Allie, what's the status?
Well, the head athletic trainer for Memphis provided some information for us. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Even though this is typically considered a moderate time frame to full recovery, he is indeed potentially able to play. So we'll be keeping an eye on him. Back to you.
Thanks, Allie. We appreciate the update.
Yeah, so much changes around the league year to year, but the danger and impact of injury remains largely the same. It's not enough to be good. You gotta be lucky, too.
DeAndre Hunter out there with Sabonis. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Malik Monk. It's Clifford at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And Doug Christie has called a timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Doug Christie said to his team. He was very upbeat and positive, saying to his guys, let's go. I want you guys to up the pace. Look to push the ball up the floor whenever you can. They cannot stop us in transition. Let's see how the team responds. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks.
And guys, we see more of this every year. Sabonis looking for his own offense.
And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Morant.
Well, this is what the fans want to see. Morant showing off all of his superb athleticism.
And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. That one drops.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Here's Aldama. He's covered by Murray. Morant. A three ball by Morant.
Well, this is one of those nights where Morant just decided to take over.
DeRozan with it. Lets it go from 14. Edey rips down the rebound.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
.135 left in the fourth quarter. It's Morant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one is good.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
Westbrook. Oh, what an assist. Leading him to the bucket.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Timeout called by Coach Isolo. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Morant against Westbrook. And now Sacramento on the break. Lays it in off the window.
That's just great ball control from DeRozan on his way to the basket.
And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Nice use of the glass on the finish. And that is the kind of big-time shot that can really deflate a crowd.
And did he ever do that? Sound level right now, 0 in this arena.
And we got a timeout called by Doug Christie. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Here's Westbrook. Sabonis' screen on Morant. Westbrook fires. Outside Murray. And there's the three.
And Murray loves knocking down the big shot. He does not fear the moment.
And an intentional foul right there. .34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they pick up the 2.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
DeRozan! The 3 is off. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball. And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Oh, my goodness. Whoa, the reverse. And they're going to move on to the conference semifinals. And you got to feel good about getting each and every game here in the postseason.
You know, Kevin, each game is just so significant and magnified. This has got to feel really good.
And that about wraps it up, folks. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast of the NBA Western Conference quarter.
Great to have you with us for the playoffs on 2K Sports. It's game one. We're ready to tip it off in just moments. This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. And checking out the opening lineup for Memphis. Edie out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's Jalen Wells. Then there's Ja Morant. And it's Spencer in at the 2 spot. And for the Clippers, it's Collins at power forward with Lopez at center. Darius Garland is out there with Benedict Mathurin. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Los Angeles. Here's Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Putting that stanchion to the test, the big fella, banging it down.
Right wing. Back to Morant. Takes a 3. Drills it from deep.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of this game.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
You know, when you talk Kawhi Leonard, you start with his defense, and I don't know if there's a better wing defender around.
And Leonard drops them both.
When you send somebody like him to the line, it's pretty much easy money.
Morant looking around. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
Outside Mathurin. The 3 is up. The offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and the putback.
The effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else.
Morant with the bucket.
Well, Morant's ability to overcome inside coverage with agility is so impressive.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Garland finds Lopez. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. And it's Lopez with the jam. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
And you know you're always going to see some highlights when Morant is on the court. I mean, he loves to use that incredible 44-inch vertical.
Now here's Garland. Leonard inside. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
He relishes his role in this offense, and he's a natural leader, too.
Here's Spencer. Leonard pulls down the board.
He's hard to stop once he gets to the rim. That's great defense right there.
Here's Lopez. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Lopez has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Just so steady around the basket. Brook Lopez, really one of the more consistent scorers in the game.
And that one's good. Spencer.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And the Clippers with the ball. The Grizzlies making their last shot. Shot's good by Mathurin.
And it's important Mathurin keeps hitting these shots because it'll only help build his confidence.
And so Tuomas Isalo calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. And it's a completely new group for the Clippers. Then for Memphis, Jackson, he's checked in for Aldama, and Jerome subbed in for Wells. Jerome passes to Jackson. Back to Jerome. Banked it in off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Beal gets the bucket.
We talk about guys with pure strokes. Beal's in that discussion.
A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
And he gets the bucket. And that's now 11 points for Ja Morant.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it. Garland's checked in for Dunn. The Clippers lead by 3. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Three-pointer, Beal. Grizzlies with the rebound. Jackson, right side. Pass to Spencer for 3. Knocks down the long J. Spencer's got 5 points.
Perfect dime drop that time. Nice execution of the bounce pass.
It's all tied in Los Angeles. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And time for us to get back into it here in Game 1. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers guys.
Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
Derek Jones is out there with Isaiah Jackson. Then it's Darius Garland. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Miller in at the 3. That's the group for the Clippers starting the second. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on G.G. Jackson. That's his first foul of the game. Left to the wing. Garland for 3. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. Memphis leading. On the court right now for the Grizzlies. Brandon Clark out there with G.G. Jackson. Then it's Ty Jerome. And it's Prosper in at the center position. And so Garland will bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Jackson. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. And the Grizzlies with possession here. Jackson outside. Back to Jerome. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Here's Morant. Ooh, Morant battling inside.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
And so Ty Lue calls a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. So it's Los Angeles now, trailing by 2.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
Wells, the pass to Jackson. Morant flashes his vertical there.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. Leonard for 3, and the three-pointer goes. Leonard's got 7 points.
Hey, it's typically a positive for this offense when he's assertive and looking to score.
Jackson, the pass to Jerome. Here's Morant. Oh, Morant from close range.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here's Morant. He's got 17.
What determination from Morant in the paint, getting his shot off despite being fouled.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. The speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
Edie's checked in for Memphis. Spencer comes in for Jerome.
The boundless athleticism Morant has is really special. He's someone that is always in attack mode.
And Morant drops them both.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink it.
And the dunk by Leonard.
Oh, yeah, Kawhi Leonard. There's still some life left in those limbs.
Outside Morant. And he converts the layup. Morant's got 21 points in the game.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it. Dunn, he's checked in for the Clippers. And so here are the Clippers. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first half. And they pick up 2. And it's now just a 1-point Grizzly lead.
Tell you what, guys, there's no way you're stopping Dunn when he's that close to the hoop.
Here's Edie. And the dunk by Edie.
That is good offense, unselfish play.
And here's Mathurin. He'll bring it up for the LA Clippers. Leonard outside. Fires for 3. Leonard beyond the line.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Here's Morant. He's got 21. Right at the free throw line. He misses there. His first of the game. 9 for 10 now. Leonard for 3. The putback. Spencer grabs the miss. And so it's Kawhi Leonard making highlights for Los Angeles. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible. Come on, fellas, get after it.
Yeah, just a few more stops. An interesting postseason. Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away.
Continuing our coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. Glad to have you back. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
And if he felt any pressure coming into this game, he sure hasn't shown it. What a sensational start.
Yeah, you know, I think he relishes the pressure, especially in a big game like this one. He really eats that stuff up.
Kawhi and Collins are the forwards. Darius Garland is out there with Benedict Mathurin, and it's Lopez in at the 5. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Here's Mathurin. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Almost got there in time, but waited just a little too long.
Mathurin's gone 2 for 3 from the field. Pass to Spencer. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Here's Morant. Terrific focus from Morant.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the call will be against Jalen Wells. That's his first foul of the game. About a minute played here in the second half. Garland, no good.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
And so Ty Lue calls a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Here's Leonard. Leonard spikes it down.
Kawhi Leonard has had great momentum on offense here. He's making moves with no hesitation.
Pass to Jackson. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. And Morant gets it to go.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
And the dunk by Leonard.
Boy, it has been a huge night for Leonard. The skill is obvious, but his strength is what makes him hard to defend.
Here's Spencer. He's covered by Matherin. Pass to Spencer. Here's Morant. Soft touch off the glass. Morant's got 7 now in this quarter.
Because of his ability to elevate and make adjustments in air, Morant has no trouble scoring inside.
Here's Collins. And Collins with the slam.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
So Tuomas Isalos decided to call timeout here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Some changes for Los Angeles. Jackson, he's checked in for Lopez. Jones comes in for John Collins. And Miller subbed in for Matherin. 1:36 left to play in the third quarter. Outside Morant. And the layup falls. Morant's got 30.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Sinks it from distance.
And it's not always Leonard's forte, but he's really developed a solid passing game.
Jackson outside. Stolen by Miller. Now Los Angeles moving it up for the tie. Garland with the bucket, getting it done inside. And that ties it up.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Spencer. Leonard defending. Back to Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. Shot's good by Morant.
A reliable option he's been tonight. He's their safety valve for sure.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Beal, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Dunn comes in for Darius Garland. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Jackson, the pass to Beal. And stolen by Morant. And now Memphis on the break. Oh, Clark with the slam.
And I like when Morant is this active on defense because he's capable of coming away with steals.
Beal surveying the D. Over Morant. Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Memphis ahead, up 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter when we return. And now let's listen in to Ty Lue in the huddle.
Keep trusting, all right? First half, the ball's moving. We got to keep the ball moving. Can't go one-on-one individual. We got to keep the ball moving. They can't stop moving the ball, drive it, kick it. We get anything we want.
Well, their offense is stagnating a bit here in the second half.
And he's right. Too much isolation. Move the ball. Good shot to great shot.
And time for us to get back into it here in Game 1. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. We've got Brandon Clark. Ja Morant is out there with Ty Jerome. Then it's Jackson. And it's Coward in at the 3. Jerome passes to Morant. Back to Jerome. Morant against Beal. And Morant gets it to go on the assist from Jerome. Morant's got 34.
Once Ja Morant gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Ja is feeling it tonight.
Garland for 3. The rebound by Jackson.
Well, he won't miss many of those, not when he gets a good look like that.
Outside Morant. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Clippers trail by 6. And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. And the Clippers will go for a different look here. Brook Lopez is checked in for Jackson. Collins comes in for Jones. Leonard's checked in for Miller. And Mathurin subbed in for Beal. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that last break, Coach Tyronn Lue had some advice for the team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points on the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
And it's Leonard with the ball for the Clippers. They trail by 6. Garland! Oh, missed on the tray.
Not a good shot at all, but that's what happens when you get desperate.
Morant. Oh, Morant! Wow!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? Leonard with the ball, and it's Aldama picking him up. Oh, touches it off the glass.
Well, once he gets on a roll, there isn't a lot you can do to slow him down.
Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one. When this team needs a bucket, they feel very comfortable turning to Leonard.
1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Now Morant. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, man. Flushes it down with both hands.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Now here's Leonard. He's covered by Wells. He got a piece of it. And the whistle stops play here. It's not a clean block shot. Instead, a shooting foul. And we'll see free throws coming up right here. Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker.
Well, you really got to appreciate Kawhi's presence and the impact it has on the court. I mean, he's a guy who is feared on both ends of the floor, and that gives his team a lot of confidence.
And he ends up making the second, and that trims the lead to 6.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Bucket is good!
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Matherin!
Boy, you look at the toolkit Matherin has, coupled with his production and his maturity.
Boy, he's got a chance to dominate in this league.
At the line for 2, Matherin.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 7.
You've got to admire and respect the work ethic of Matherin. I mean, even when he's had injuries or setbacks in his early career, he's never stopped working to get better.
Memphis has gone 3 of 4 from distance in this game, and they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Collins outside. Garland. And Edey with a block. Morant. Leonard there for the rebound. And so here are the Clippers. Lopez fires. The triple drops.
The big fella, Brook Lopez, coming up with a gigantic fourth quarter score.
And they go to the intentional foul. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, those were big free throws right there. It's exactly how you want to close out a game.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Two-second difference between shot and game clock.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Yeah, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the top.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope the alligator arm a few of those free throws.
First free throw is good, and that puts him up 5. And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game. Here's Leonard, doing his part offensively.
Nearing 30 points in this one. He's been so tough to contain.
That time you saw how Leonard surveyed the floor and found the guy with the best look.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And the second of 2 is good. And that puts him up 5. And so Garland will bring it up for Los Angeles. Matherin. Oh, the long ball, no good. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. 15.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that increases the lead to 6. Collins! And so the Memphis Grizzlies win the series and will be moving on. And really, any win is a big win here in the postseason.
Yeah, every game counts now, and there's no
And it's all happening in Minnesota from the Target Center in Minneapolis. The Grizzlies taking on the Timberwolves. For the Grizzlies, they're on cloud nine. They swept their semifinal series. Everything came together for them. Now they're riding high and looking to capitalize on their momentum. Timberwolves, Grizzlies. The Western Conference Finals begin. Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Santi Aldama is out there with Jalen Wells. Then there's Edey. Then it's Morant. And it's Spencer in at the 2. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Taking a look at Minnesota. Greg, it's another pressure-packed game for them, and the atmosphere here couldn't be any better.
They're no stranger to this kind of situation. They're used to it by now. And with a trip to the finals at stake, I think they'll be at their sharpest tonight.
Now here's Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. Kept alive. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Spencer. That one's in, his first shot this game.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Outside Edwards. McDaniels in the post. Defended by Aldama. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels with a very good sense for when he should look to score it, especially in the painted area.
Here's Spencer. Edwards defending. And it's Morant missing. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Edwards' shot is good.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from 3.
To Wells. Now here's Morant. A 3. Drills the three-pointer. Morant's got his second bucket of the night.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam. Edey down low. Gobert on him with the shot and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Boy, they'll take that possession. Nice finish in close.
Three-pointer, Randall. The Grizzlies pull it in. Pass to Spencer. Memphis moving it around. Now Aldama. Here's Spencer. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Spencer's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. Now, here's Ingles. Defended by Aldama. Buries the long-range jumper.
Highland loves the feel of the basketball in his hands, so good to see him effective being off the ball, but ready to fire when he catches it.
And Morant gets it to go. Morant's got 7 points. And so it's Highland who brings the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 3-point game. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the first. Conley, the pass to Reed, and Reed throws it down.
Man, Naz Reed not only gets off his feet, does it in a hurry and with some strength.
Here's Coward. He's defended by Highland. And it's Coward missing. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Randall outside. Offline with his 3.
Been a tough stretch for this guy right now, looking a little out of sorts.
Back to Jerome for three. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Grizzlies out in front, up 1. From Target Center, back in a moment. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Grizzlies.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. Bones Highland is out there with Conley, and it's Dosunmu in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play, brought to you by AT&T.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Wow, Bones Highland cashing in from range. You'd love to see that.
Here's Coward. The rebound by Dosunmu. Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Highland's shot is good.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's ready to talk things through with them. Edwards, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Morant. Morant pulleys his way inside.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And the foul on Jalen Wells. That's his first foul. Now here's Edwards. Tight defense on him. Kept alive, Minnesota. Reed finds Highland. Misses the three. Memphis trailing here. Now Morant. 9 points in the game so far. Count the basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the foul on Jalen Wells. That's foul number 2 for him.
Now that's his second foul, something they need to be mindful of moving forward. Do they change his matchup?
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Dosunmu. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Highland. Gobert, great positioning on the putback.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, one of the best in the business, Rudy Gobert.
Back to Jerome. Here's Morant. In the center of things, Morant.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Jerome. No scoring in this one, and good that time.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Now McDaniels, after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. No good from outside.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
Aldama passes to Jackson. Randall grabs the board. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. Good on the shot. Morant's got the lead up to 4 now for Memphis.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. That 3 off the mark. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
For 3, Edwards. The Grizzlies pull it in. Just 3 on the clock, and Morant throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all. All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
And thank you for joining us. 2 quarters in the books and a Game 1 deficit for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You're not going to win many games shooting under 30% from 3. If they want to climb back into it, they've got to focus on getting easier looks there, Ernie.
Not everybody can be like the Jet, though, who shot a career 40% from behind the line.
39.9%. That half year in Atlanta killed it, Ernie. I would agree with that.
Seeing how things are, and that is a wrap.
We're back at the Western Conference Finals. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Starting the second half, here's Tomas Isolos's foul. They've got Ja Morant. Santi Aldama is out there with Jalen Wells. Then there's Edey. And it's Spencer in at the shooting guard position. And he gets the bucket. Morant's got 23.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Out to Edwards. No good on the triple. Memphis leading by 8. Here's Aldama. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw good from Aldama. And both free throws good for Aldama. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Here's McDaniels. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. And that's now 6 points for Jaden McDaniel. And so the timeout here called by Tomas Isolo. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Morant, the bounce pass. Spencer, the pass to Aldama. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Edwards. From 12 feet out. Outside for Randall. Offensive rebound. Gobert double teamed. Outside Edwards. Inside. They shoot again. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Rudy Gobert.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
And so the timeout here called by Tomas Isolo. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Grizzlies making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Memphis leading by 6. Here's Morant.
Oh! And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. To the middle, here's Randle, and he banks in the layup. And it's 6 points for Julius Randle.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Morant, and Morant throws it down.
And he can get to the rim with the best of them. Morant always finds a way.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Randle outside. Gobert with a screen on Jackson. No one near Randle as he lets it go. Misses the jumper.
Boy, that was his shot to miss. This guy's a terrific mid-range shooter.
Jackson kicks to Morant. Puts up a three. A three ball by Morant.
Another bucket. This guy just keeping his foot on the gas pedal.
Outside Edwards. Looking to get it. Edwards with the dunk of the night.
How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead in.
Memphis leading by 9. Here's Coward. And the layup falls.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Randle's got 9.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Here's Jackson, and the shot falls short this time.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
Wasted no time on that one. Edwards got 4 points this quarter.
Anthony Edwards getting into that pull-up game. Nicely done.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Spencer, the pass to Morant. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. The Grizzlies with another miss. Timberwolves trail by 6. Stolen by Jackson. Banked in off the glass.
Well, just one more example of his offensive arsenal. So tough to stop.
And here's Edwards from the arc. That shot off the mark. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And here are the Grizzlies now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Randle and Reed holding down the post box. Conley out there with Bones Highland. And it's Dosunmu in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Minnesota shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And the wide open shot from Reed. Off target with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And finished off by Morant.
Yeah, that's the endless energy of Ja Morant. There's no denying that man.
Conley, the pass to Randle. Here's Highland. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Grizzlies.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
They've also made a concerted effort to get the ball down low. Many of their points coming in that painted area tonight.
A free throw drops for Highland.
I think one of the first things that strikes you about Bones Highland is his confidence. This guy believes he is a very capable offensive player.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Dosunmu. And it's Edwards in for Mike Conley. Stolen by Highland. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Randle, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, the halftime break, I don't know what they gave him to drink back there, but he is pouring it on right now.
And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Let's go courtside. There's some news on Zach Edey. Allie?
Well, the head athletic trainer for Memphis provided some information for us. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Even though this is typically considered a moderate time frame to full recovery, he is indeed potentially able to play, so we'll be keeping an eye on him. Back to you.
Thanks, Allie. We appreciate the update. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
And not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And our hearts go out to him. The guy works so hard. His teammates love him. Coaches love him. He's going to be missed.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Minnesota. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. They took a laid-back approach to the huddle, telling the team, everyone thinks this game is over, so just go out there and let it rip. Let's see what we can do. And I think the players love that message.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Edwards looking it over. Here's Gobert. Shot clock at 6. He takes it in.
Well, all that momentum and force, Rudy Gobert, that is pretty.
And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Outside Jackson. Morant plays it in off the window.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Now Edwards fires the 3. Look at Edwards slotting home the 3.
Boy, what a good-looking stroke. Ready on the catch, Anthony Edwards. That jumper is nice.
Timeout called by Coach Isilov. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Morant. Off the glass.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
Here's Gobert. Edwards. Edwards getting the close range 2.
Yeah, there is an art to working for the best shot available, and that right there is it.
Morant surveying the D. Oh, and he feathers one right through. What touch!
Boy, remarkable how efficient he's been scoring the ball. He feels good right now.
3, good!
I'll tell you, this team has not had an answer for Anthony Edwards. They shouldn't feel alone, though. He's put a lot of work on a lot of teams.
11 feet away. Rebounded by Randall.
Oh, he will kick himself for that one. That was a tremendous opportunity.
Edwards fires. Knocks down the 3.
Anthony Edwards relishes big-time moments, and he delivers right there.
And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. Rebounded by DiVincenzo.
Boy, I'd like to see him finish that play with more authority.
Morant there for the rebound. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
From deep. And there's the 3.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And the Timberwolves call time. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Here's Edwards. And he jams it in.
Love the pass there from Gobert. Always nice when your big man feeds his teammates.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Guys, they're holding on to the slimmest of leads.
Yeah, and you can't afford to let that thing get any slimmer.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
And that's a foul called on Santi Aldama. That's his first foul. Here's McDaniels. He's off from 3. And that's an intentional foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. Drained from outside.
And it took him a little while, but he's really got that 3 working now. This has been a different quarter for him.
And so the Memphis Grizzlies have won the series.
And what an amazing accomplishment. You could tell from the moment these playoffs began that this group was committed to making a deep run. They believed in themselves, and they continue to believe that they'll be the ones hoisting that Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of this postseason.
And they had to battle out a tough Western Conference to make it here. They overcame a lot of challenges along the way.
Yeah, I mean, credit to everyone from the players to the coaches to the front office. This team was built to contend, and all that hard work from everyone has paid off. Now they turn their attention to the ultimate prize, winning the NBA championship.
But for the moment, the celebration continues for the Western Conference champions. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
Welcome, everyone, to the last game of this outstanding season, a decisive single-game NBA Finals. We'll watch the Memphis Grizzlies in this one as they go up against the New York Knicks here in New York. And they've got a few injuries on their bench, fewer options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
You have 2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. Santi Aldama out there with Edey. Then there's Jalen Wells. Then there's Ja Morant. And it's Spencer in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Knicks, we've got OG Anunoby. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the 1.
And when Brunson drives it, he draws attention. And that helps open up the perimeter.
Edey, that's good.
Just taking it right to the rim. And no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And it's Morant with the ball for Memphis. The Knicks with the rebound. Bridges outside. Pass to Hart. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And Bridges has a nice all-around game, including knowing when to involve his teammates.
Here's Spencer. Edey, that's good. Edey's got his second basket.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Bridges outside. Takes it inside, and it's Bridges with the jam.
Talk about taking flight. Air Bridges is in the building.
Here's Spencer. An easy 2 on the layup.
Ideal way to start the game. Come out of the gate and knock down all but one of your first 5 shots.
Outside Hart. This one for 3. Fires in the triple. Hart's got 5 now.
And though he has a scorer's mindset, Brunson willing to make the next pass.
Wells, the pass to Morant. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
The Knicks have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Here's Hart. New York working the ball around now. Anunoby can't get it to go. For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 6. They're rolling. Here's Morant. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. New York has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Outside Wells. Shoots over Anunoby. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Memphis shooting their first free throws of this game. So Tuomas Isalos decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. So New York ends up going with a whole new group. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. First one falls for him. Good on both. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Sohan. Aldama grabs the board.
Usually he's a master in the midi, but not that time.
Here's Jackson, and he banks in the layup.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Alvarado, the pass to McBride. And he's going for the lob. Edey with a steal. Pass to Aldama. Good, and the setup by Morant.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Here's Sohan. McBride on the wing. And stolen by Jackson. Morant into the lane. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
And when Morant takes off towards the basket, look, you're already done. You've already lost because that's how he makes his living.
Pass to Sohan. To halt the run. The putback. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials getting together here. They may want to review this one.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
And of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
And they've gotten enough looks at it. The basket will not count. The quarter ended before he got it off.
That was a great idea to give it a second glance. The replay system is available, so you've got to utilize it.
And here we go. The NBA Finals continue here on 2K Sports. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
So on the floor for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. We've got Jackson. He's out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Brandon Clark out there with Ty Jerome. And it's Coward in at the 2.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Knicks trail by 8. Alvarado outside. Towns for 3. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Clark. Sinks that one from the post.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Inside. Here's Towns. Uh-oh, we've got a big cat in the paint.
Nice positioning and footwork on point. And Town so smooth down there inside.
Here's Coward. And he buries his first look.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Yeah, we can see over here, the coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Anunoby, he's checked in for New York. Jalen Brunson comes in for Alvarado. Here's Brunson outside. Cleared away by Wells. Grizzlies lead by 10. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Jerome passes to Jackson. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Morant outside. That won't fall. He's just 2 of 5 in this one. Brunson with it. Picked up by Jerome. Brunson speeds in to finish the break.
And lightning quick there. I mean, Jalen Brunson out on the break. A thing to watch.
Now here's Morant. Guarded closely. The shot comes out.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
Basket counts. Anunoby's got 5 points.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
And Jerome the bucket on the assist by Morant.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ty Jerome. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second, and I think they'll keep him in, but he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Josh Hart comes in for Towns, and Mikal Bridges subbed in for McBride. Mitchell Robinson with a nice move. Robinson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Give a good player a good look, and you know what the outcome will be.
And we've got 1:18 left in the first half. Stolen by Bridges. Brunson taking his time here. Anunoby for 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. And it's 8 points here for OG Anunoby.
Every chance he gets, Anunoby will take this. He's an accurate outside shooter.
Jerome, that's good.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Outside Hart fires the 3. Memphis with a rebound. They've led by as much as 10. To the inside. Here's Aldama. And that one good. And now it's a 7-point Memphis lead. New York has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point land here in the second. Brunson passes to Robinson. And it's New York scoring again.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Pass to Morant. Oh my! Jaw dropping the hammer.
He gets a lot of defensive attention, but Morant, he can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
And
they've got to play with more force defensively, if you ask me. You got to make them feel you.
Yeah, touch them up if you have to. Right now, they're putting up no resistance.
Looking at this series for the Memphis group. And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And time for us to get back into it here in Game 1. Boy, without question, OG Anunoby displaying all his skills today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And Brunson's got the ball here for the Knicks. They trail by 7. Jalen Brunson is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Josh Hart. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Here's Spencer. He's guarded by Bridges. And out of bounds. The Knicks will take it. New York has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Brunson against Morant. Anunoby passes to Towns.
For a big, Towns is an effective free throw shooter. You really can't give him too many looks from the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. And so Towns nails them both.
Well, when you send them to the line, you know what the outcome is likely to be.
Outside Wells. Pass to Morant. And then Morant with the dunk!
Well, Morant's ability to overcome inside coverage with agility is so impressive.
Now here's Bridges. Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Outside Hart. Towns outside. Good D by Wells. Memphis leading by 4. Aggressive take from Morant. Count the basket. Morant's got 10 points.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Outside Hart. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 6 assists here tonight.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And so Tomas Isolo calls a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. The 3 is up. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Brunson passes to Hart. And that one's good. Spencer, 6 points for him.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
Brunson against Morant to the paint. Oh, Towns drops the hammer.
Yeah, going right for the iron. Towns muscling his way through.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. They've led by as much as 10. And here's Morant outside. He drops it from range. Morant's got 7 points here in the quarter.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And some changes here for New York. Robinson comes in for Hart, and it's McBride in for Mikal Bridges. And Memphis also making a switch. Jerome's checked in. Here's Brunson outside. Oh, Brunson with the triple.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from three is a beautiful thing.
Here's Spencer. Yep, that one's good. Spencer's got 8 points. We've got 1:13 left in the third. Now here's Brunson. Tight defense on him. Good on the shot.
And so effective from these in-between spots. Brunson doesn't need much room to feel comfortable.
Tries the 9-footer. The Knicks pull it in. McBride on the wing. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's just a 2-point Grizzly lead.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
Yeah, the second half in stark contrast with the first. Coach must have gotten on them a little bit at halftime.
And it's Edey missing. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Basket's good. Jerome's got his third basket on the night right there. And here's Brunson. Towns outside. Let's go with a three. The shot no good. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Memphis ahead, up by 4. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. They've got Ja Morant, Jackson out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Ty Jerome, and it's Coward in at the 3. Down low. Here's Towns. Towns, too strong.
And that's the kind of physicality you want to see from Cat, using his size down low.
Pass to Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Knicks trail by 6. Now here's Robinson. It's Shamet on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. Well, the Grizzlies shooting 74%. Just an unbelievable offensive display here.
While he's a bit undersized for a fourth, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. So New York going with almost an entirely new group here. Josh Hart's checked in for Robinson. Anunoby comes in for Shamet. Bridges, he's checked in for McBride. And Brunson is subbed in for Alvarado. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Mike Brown was just reviewing the plan with his team. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
A strong finish by Anunoby. He gives 100% effort.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Grizzlies.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful penetrating and getting offensive production.
And also the number of points they've scored in the paint has been impressive. This coaching staff encouraging them to keep going inside.
Now Brunson. Jalen Brunson playing big right now.
Inside Brunson is pretty deadly, just dropping his shot in.
Here's Spencer. He's guarded by Bridges. Lays it in easily.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Knicks trail by 5. Oh, he jammed it.
And in the big moments, Towns ups the ante, which allows him to knock down the important shots.
And timeout is called by Tuomas Hisalo, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Here's Morant. Both hands there for a little extra.
And this is where Morant really shines. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to capitalize.
Here's Brunson. And he has been an absolute maestro for them.
The next assist will be his 10th. This is why guys love to play alongside him.
Now Bridges puts up the tray. Edie rips down the board.
That's kind of a Hail Mary there. That's the mark of desperation.
Using the glass to lay it in.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Brunson. Oh, no good.
Great anticipation defensively. They were keyed in on him and ready to pounce.
Morant. It's Morant capitalizing inside.
It's been all about Ja tonight. Can score in so many different ways.
Brunson with it. That one's in there.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
Brunson's gotten 5 shots to fall in 8 tries. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession. They've led by as much as 10. Outside Morant. Let's loose for 3. Knocks down the trifecta.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
13.
Brunson fires! Can't get the 3.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Morant with it, and it's Brunson picking him up. Now Morant. From downtown. Yes, sir, with the 3.
Consistency from deep is going to be the biggest determining factor in Morant's ceiling. If he gets that, I think we're going to see some MVPs in his future.
And he powers it down, one-handed. Oh, and they've done it. The Memphis Grizzlies are the new NBA champions. Tremendous. They go on the road and take care of business, and now the championship is theirs.
To be on the road, to silence the crowd, winning a championship with all of it on the line. What an incredible performance. Hats off to this team.
An incredible moment. You can see it in their faces. Forever known as NBA champions. And you can bet back home the celebration has started. Thanks for being a part of it with us all season long. It's the NBA on 2K Sports.
In the booth with Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're glad to have you along for the ride. The starting fives for our game. Here's a look at both lineups. Tip-off coming up in just a moment.
And tonight, we have a pair of teams that highlight the value of strong teamwork. You gotta love it.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, they're two of the best passing teams in the league. The chemistry on both sides is pretty obvious.
And they're also two of the smartest teams. We're not going to see a lot of wasted possessions or careless turnovers here tonight.
Never a bad idea to get it to Hamby inside. She's almost automatic from there.
And Plum gets the whistle that time. That's her first foul. Sparks on D. Outside Stewart. Jones left side. With the fadeaway, and the basket is good.
A face-up forward/center with an ever-expanding skill set. Jones is a bright young star.
It's been an incredible career and journey for Jonquel Jones.
When you think about it, I mean, she was born in the Bahamas, drafted out of a mid-major school, just 6 points per game as a rookie. But Jones has worked herself into an MVP, WNBA champion, one of the great stories in league history.
Now here's Lainey Hamilton.
Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu.
They had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And when she's open like that, you don't see her miss that sort of look very often. The D can't give Hamby, open lanes to the basket. That's just asking to be burnt.
Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. Neko Ogumike with the rebound.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The D got lucky.
And this is something Stewie does so well. Excellent work off the dribble.
Here's Ogumike. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Kelsey Plum.
So reliable, guys. Her offense, it doesn't come and go. It's always there.
Ionescu outside. No good there.
Well, I'm going to say the defense got pretty lucky right there because she's going to make a lot more of those than she misses when she gets that much room.
Now here's Ionescu. Pass to Jones. Outside Stewart. Jacks up a three.
Lainey Hamilton, that one's good.
Intelligent ball movement from Satu Sabali gets the ball to her wide-open teammate.
Looking around the league, is it safe to say that the Liberty have the best big three?
Well, to me, no doubt. You have former MVPs in Breanna Stewart and Jonquel Jones, and then you got an all-WNBA point guard in Sabrina Ionescu. And beyond the collection of talent, these three are a great fit.
Now here's Ionescu. Kelsey Plum with a steal. Fast break, here they come. Here's Ogumike, and the shot is good.
Wow, the defense was draped all over Ogumike on that one, but her athleticism helped her come away with the bucket.
Out of bounds, it'll be the Sparks ball. And approving of this game so far, we've got LeBron James in the house.
Well, you always want the King's approval. Moving to LA a few years back, he has a lot of business interests in the field of entertainment. Just a talented individual on and off the floor.
Buries the long-range jumper.
A solid three-point shooter. Give Ogumike room to pull the trigger, and she's not going to hesitate.
Ionescu has it. Picked up by Plum. A nice shot by Stewart.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I wasn't sure they should try to get the three right back like that, but hey, it worked out for them.
And it's blocked by Rebecca Allen. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and game clock. Shoots over Plum. Stewart misses. The Sparks with the lead. Hamby outside. Lets it fly from 18. And too long on the shot. Ionescu up top. Jones. And a great assist that time by Sabrina Ionescu as that one goes in.
She caught a glimpse of the open player on the perimeter and sent the pass right over.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Sparks ahead, up 3. And we'll get the second. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter going. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Sparks. Guys?
Lots of their points have come from shots inside the key.
And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward. I mean, why change the plan until they make you?
Absolutely.
Well, normally when we talk defense, we tend to lean towards bigs. So let's switch it around. Who's the best defensive guard, perimeter player?
Well, Natasha Cloud stands out to me. She's got great reach, plays hard, and is just so experienced. She can see plays before they happen.
Yeah, she's great, but I'm going with Dejanay Carrington. She is relentless, plays with physicality, plus some serious attitude as well.
This one for three. Tries again. And it's good on the layup.
Not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
And it'll happen again and again if they don't put more effort into boxing out.
And that's what it's all about, Brian. Rebound, effort.
And that one's good.
Now you can tell Jones knows when it's time to dominate, go inside, and take charge of the paint.
To the middle. Hamby. Jonquel Jones with the block. Here's Gardner. It's good.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
And the Sparks call time here.
So it's the Sparks now.
And the Sparks trading for Kelsey Plum. What a major statement from that front office.
Yeah, they gave up the second overall pick in 2025 to get Kelsey. I think it was a solid move. The Sparks have lacked an elite scoring guard like Plum, and it's sending a clear message. We don't just want to win, we want to win now.
Shot is good by Ionescu.
They really set Ionescu up for success there. Perfectly positioned with a good look at the hoop.
Here's Atkins. That's her second shot and her second basket. My math says that's 2 for 2. New York trailing here. Right wing. Here's Johannes. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Outside Atkins. Taken away. Pass to Ionescu. From deep. Hits it from three-point range. And that'll tie this game up.
Can't give Ionescu any airspace from downtown. If you do, she'll torch you from there.
Here's Ogumake. Oh, yes, she did. 5 up, 5 down for her so far.
Easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Here's Ionescu. And the Liberty getting another bucket right there.
And Ionescu recognizes her role on this squad. Her team wants her to score and score often.
And about 3 minutes played now in this second quarter. And the Liberty with possession here. Here's Johannes. And that misses. That would have put them up. Hamby guarded by Jones. Count the basket.
I'm not sure, really, in that set who was supposed to be on her there. And apparently neither did the defenders.
Outside, Lainey Hamilton. Picked by Jones. They get it back. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Takes great angles when crashing the glass. Jones has mastered the art of rebounding.
Stolen. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And they take the lead.
That's a clean look they gave her there, fellas. And I mean, she drains those. So I wouldn't give her too many of those looks if I was the defense.
And here's Nika from the arc. And Jones pulls it down. It's stolen by De'Erica Hamby. Basket good. Sabrina Ionescu from outside. Nailed from three-point land.
Yet another three for her. She's really been draining them here in the second.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going on here. Liberty out in front, leading by 3. And we will see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball in just a bit. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half to get underway. Sabrina Ionescu really making a difference out there.
And I wonder how long she can continue to shoot the three ball as well as she has up to this point. She's been quite simply lights out.
Yeah, exactly. And this is something we both know, that sometimes you have those nights where the bucket looks as wide as the Grand Canyon, and it really might be one of those nights for her.
In each of her first 5 years in the league, Ariel Atkins was voted all defense.
Yeah, she made the U.S. gold medal winning team for the Tokyo Games on the strength of her defense. Always in great condition, Atkins never runs out of energy chasing around those guards.
From deep, Ariel Atkins. Rebound, New York. Pass to Ionescu. And Kelsey Plum gets the whistle that time. That'll be her second foul of the game. Here's Lainey Hamilton. That's in there. Satu Sabali with the dime.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Here's Atkins. Lainey Hamilton with the rebound.
Terrific D. That's how to protect the rim.
Ionescu outside. And that one's good, Jones.
And I'm sensing this game really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge, no doubt about it, and that lead's going to get more and more comfortable as they do.
I agree, Brian. Let's see how this one plays out.
Outside Atkins. 90 seconds into the second half now. Stolen by Lainey Hamilton. Oh, and the fast break for the Liberty. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
And suddenly, they're overflowing with confidence at the offensive end, getting everything to drop.
They're getting everything to drop, and at an ideal time. They're poised for a terrific crunch time run in this game.
Well, this season, we have the Golden State Valkyries, and it's the first expansion team since Atlanta in the late 2000s.
Yeah, and soon the WNBA will expand to Canada with the Toronto Tempo starting play next year. Plus, you got the rebirth of the Portland franchise.
Hey, those are two basketball-crazed areas joining the fold. Personally, I'm really excited for the Seattle-Portland rivalry to be renewed.
Sabali with it. Hamby covering. Just her first attempt. Off the left rim and out. And it's the Sparks ball. Down by 12. And stolen by Ionescu. Brianna Stewart from outside. They get the rebound. The kick out to Ionescu. Pass to Sabali. Over Hamby. The third shot of the possession finally falls for them.
And when the mid-range shot becomes available, Sabali takes it. And that's how it should be. She lets the game come to her naturally.
And that one's good, Atkins. Here's Ionescu. 11 points in the game. And Kelsey Plum gets the whistle that time. Now that is her third foul so far. Now here is Stewart. She's covered by Ogumake. Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. And again, it's the Liberty missing. Plum covered by Ionescu. Ogumake inside. Stewart's there. And Ogumake gets it to go.
With a strong offensive identity and the perfect will to win, Ogumake is simply the total package.
And it's Stewart missing. And it's the Sparks ball. Pass to Ogumake. Now here's Wheeler. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. From deep three-point range. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth. Liberty out in front. They lead by 8. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. New York leading.
Emma Cannon. First personal foul. First team foul.
Now here is Ionescu. Pass to Gardner. Laney Hamilton. Misses the layup.
Terrific job defending the basket that time. It's not an easy task stopping her when she's headed to the rim.
Well, she's been the key to their offense. She's been their offense with the way she shot the ball.
Yeah, her percentage today has been through the roof. She is definitely not the one who put them in this hole.
Here's Atkins. Good on the shot.
Just tremendous instincts from Ariel Atkins. She sees an opening and drives right in to score.
Pass to Allen. Puts up a three. Buries it from three-point range.
Unstoppable offense for both teams. I love the pace of this game.
Yeah, the pace is only picking up the deeper we get into this game. This has absolutely been a fun one to watch.
This game, it's taken on a new feel since halftime.
Definitely. The energy level on both sides has gone way up after the break, and the energy level in this booth is heating up.
Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute played. Outside Stewart. Laney Hamilton. Back to Stewart. That one falls, and a nice feed from Laney Hamilton.
At 6'4", with her abilities, it's almost impossible to stop Stewart down low.
And the Sparks making a change here. The Sparks trailing. Right side Plum. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Demonstrating how dangerous she can be from deep. But Plum doesn't lack confidence in firing the three ball.
Three-pointer Brianna Stewart. Hamby grabs the miss.
Surprising miss, wouldn't you say? I mean, she usually devours those wide open opportunities.
Here's Brink. Soft touch off the glass.
The plan worked perfectly that possession. Get it inside, get the high percentage shot.
Ionescu outside. Drills it from outside.
This is why this team turns to Ionescu during important possessions. They trust her to deliver.
To the right side. Outside Plum. Shoots the three. Knocks down the three ball.
When her team needs a bucket, Kelsey Plum goes out and gets it. Talk about a natural leader.
Pass to Stewart from past the arc. Plum with the rebound. And the Sparks with possession here. Here's Cannon. To tie it up. And Plum with the lay-in.
And they finally fought all the way back to even the score. We've got a whole new ballgame.
Yeah, and they've got all the momentum in the world right now after that comeback, so you just have to like their chances the rest of the way.
Laney Hamilton on the wing. Brianna Stewart from outside. The Sparks grab the miss.
Well, maybe she thinks she can shoot her way out of this cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Someone tell her it's time to give up the three.
Back to Plum. Buries it.
And this is why Kelsey Plum was a former #1 overall pick, because she hits the big ones.
New York calls timeout. Outside Stewart. New York, no good that time either.
Wow, hey, this quarter has been ugly for her.
And it's not showing signs of turning around anytime soon. Her touch is all but gone.
Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
And so they foul intentionally.
You know, they had to foul to stop that clock. That's really the enemy in this situation.
Yeah, and who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range.
Maybe knocked down a 3 or 2, who knows?
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so she drops them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Inside, Stewart. It's in! And she has brought them within 2 points.
Look, a big part of being a dominant scorer is coming through with big buckets for your team. Stewart simply thrives under pressure.
No choice but to foul there, but she's probably the last player they want to send to the line.
Yeah, but they didn't have the time to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Yeah, and that's a good point. They could not waste any more time.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 4-point ball game. Three-pointer, Brianna Stewart. Outside, Lainey Hamilton. Off target with the 3. Stolen by Lainey Hamilton. And so it's the Sparks who come out on top here. This one was up for grabs right until the dying seconds.
And I think what stood out was they showed their character when it mattered.